Hi there, Visionary family, and welcome back to another one with Lady Visionary. Hope you are doing amazing. If you're new to the channel, please do go ahead and smash that red subscribe button. Join this amazing family here on YouTube. As I'm always saying these days, we are growing by the day. We're growing daily. We're over 2.5K subscribers, and I just want to say thank you to each and every one of you guys for subscribing to my channel and supporting me and showing me love in the comments, through emails, on Instagram. I see all your messages, and you guys know that I am interacting with you, whether on Instagram or via email. You know, I'm trying to be human and not just robotic. So I just want to say thank you. And I really do appreciate every single one of you. I know I keep saying that, but I really, really do. As you guys are joining and we're waiting for more people to join, please do again go ahead and smash the the thumbs up button and share this stream out to your social media platforms such as Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. More people may want to engage in this discussion today as we're waiting for more of you guys to join, and I'm welcoming you guys who are already in the live stream. So thank you guys so much for being here. um, as always, I always talk about my projects that I'm doing here in Rwanda. So we've got the Africa Rising Investment Funds, which is for the young people in rural settings here in the Northern Province where I am currently based. So that is basically where young people in the rural settings, they get to pitch their business ideas, and I decide whether it's a good project to fund. And I can fund anything between $100 to like $1,000. The plan was to launch in February, so that's next month. However, it's a bit challenging with the whole COVID situation. And what a lot of people don't realize is that, yes, COVID is having a big impact in Europe and in the US, but you will also find that COVID is actually having an impact here on the continent as well. And I can specifically talk about Rwanda because that's where I'm based at the moment. um, Kigali is on lockdown, so people can only go out with permission to do so. You know, there's heavy sort of policing to make sure that people adhere to the rules. We also have a curfew as well in place. Kigali has a curfew, and where I am in the northern province also has a curfew, and the curfew is actually 6 p.m. So, guys, it's, this whole pandemic situation that's going on is actually impacting the continent as well and impacting people's livelihoods. I'm seeing that here on the ground. People are not able to go to work as they usually do, so they can't, like, they're not earning their usual income. So obviously that's impacting their daily lives, and it's a significant impact, very much so. I believe in Kigali right now, schools are shut, so people are not allowed to go to schools, because obviously the cases, as the government has said, has increased. So they're trying to manage the situation. However, here in the northern province, people are still allowed to continue with their schooling. So, many people don't really understand the challenges on the ground until you are here. So I just kind of wanted to make that clear on my channel. And then, yeah, that's why you haven't really seen much with regards to the Africa Rising investment funds, because of the impact that COVID is having here on the ground in Rwanda. But it's a project that I'm passionate about, so I will be launching it, and I'll be just playing it by ear depending on how the situation goes. So I do need you guys to continue supporting me. We have the GoFundMe page. That's the Africa Rising Investment Fund. Again, you can support via PayPal, referencing the Africa Rising Investment Fund, so that I know that support is going directly to the Africa Rising Investment Funds. Um, a lot of you guys know as well that one of my projects, and if you saw my most recent upload, you will know also that, you know, I've been planning, I've been saying on my channel for a while that my plan was to build a resort project here in the Northern Province. I was very much determined and ready to go. I had planned, made all these plans, and got here on the ground and found that things have changed and I can't start my project when like I can't start my project as I initially planned. So that kind of knocked me back a bit, but I am still, you know, I'm still feeling positive. I'm still determined to get the necessary agreements or necessary documents in place in order to start that resort project. Because, you know, if you've seen my recent video upload, you will see that the land that I purchased is, whoo, it's so beautiful. Like when you come there, like you'll be so lost for words, because it's really lovely, it's beautiful, it's serenic, it's just gorgeous. And you know, I'm happy to have that land. At the moment, as I said in the previous video, that there are no structures there at the moment. It's just bush or trees, but it's still very, very beautiful. When you're there, you really feel like you're connected with nature, and you can hear the sound of the birds, the lake. You know, it's absolutely gorgeous, so gorgeous. And I love it, guys. And you know, those of you who are coming to Rwanda, and you know, not just thinking about um, Kigali, but also thinking about exploring other parts, I also invite you to come down to the Northern Province and visit the Twin Lakes. My land is on Lake Brera, actually, and Brera is one of the two lakes. So you have Lake Brera and you have Lake Rohondo. So I encourage you guys, if you're coming to Rwanda, please, please, please come to the Northern Province and just experience the beauty of the Northern Province and Rwanda as a whole. Um, I'm just wondering if there's anything that I've left out that I need to tell you guys. Yeah, so there's lots of developments happening behind the scenes with regards to my project, the resort project, but I can't speak on that very much at the moment, but I will in due course. So please, please bear with me, because I want to tell you guys that, you know, a lot of the times you're doing planning, whether you be that in the US or in the UK or wherever you may be, you know, you're planning your relocation to the continent, and you think that you have everything in place, and you know, you're so focused on how things should be. However, when you touch down on the ground, you may find that things have changed, things are not as you initially thought it would be. You know, there's lots of things happening that may be challenging for you, or you may need to adapt to. So I just encourage you guys who are thinking about relocating to just be flexible in your thinking. Have a plan A, a plan B, and a plan C. You know, that's something I keep saying on my channel. Please do come prepared, and just come with a mindset of openness and being flexible, and knowing that, you know, this is Africa. So it's a completely different ball game, guys, completely different ball game. Um, some aspects are absolutely amazing. You can have, you know, as I always say, you can have a really beautiful quality of life here. You know, the sunshine, the greenery, the fruits, the food, you know, um, it's really great. But on the other hand, you do have some challenges, and you must not come into this kind of completely like, what's the word? Completely blind, should I say? And just really be open-minded. I'm seeing more of you guys join, and I just want to say thank you so much for joining. I really do appreciate you all for being here. Many of you guys have seen the topic. It's a very, very interesting topic that I've been meaning to discuss here on the channel. I had put out this live previously, but something happened and I wasn't able to do it. So I felt like right now is the time. even though today, like this evening, because it's about what, 9:45 here in Rwanda, PM time. I was kind of feeling a little bit tired, but I said, you know what, I'm going to come on and discuss this topic because it's very much needed, and I've been sort of delaying the topic. So here I am with this topic, and you know, the topic is Continental Africans think that we, the diaspora, are loaded. We're millionaires, you know. So we're just going to talk about that, some of the challenges and some of the potential solutions. I also invite you guys who are watching to come in and say your two pence piece on the issue. We want to hear from you what you guys have to say in terms of challenges that you faced, and how, you know, we could go about sort of bringing about solutions with regards to this issue. I just want to again say thank you all for being here. I'm just going to see who we have in the building. So we've got Anja Africa, Teach Sis. Thank you for being here. Med J, how are you? How are you doing? Thank you for being here. Thanks for being in the building. Wear some snake bite proof hiking boots, girl. I saw your comment regarding the fact that I wasn't wearing the right gear when I was hiking, and I know I wasn't prepared because like I bought quite a lot of stuff to Rwanda, and I left some of my bags in Kigali, so my gear was actually, well, is actually still in Kigali, so I still need to collect my things. So that's why. But from my experience on my land, I haven't come across any snakes, so I was pretty confident that I would be okay. But next time I will be wearing the right gear and boots, definitely. There were some sort of stinging nettles attached to my trousers because my trousers were attracting them, and they were a bit itchy. So definitely hiking requires the right gear. Hi guys, thank you guys for being here. South Africa is struggling as well. Yeah, you know, people around the world are impacted by this whole situation with COVID. Some people believe it's real, some people believe it's not. There's all types of conspiracy theory around it, but whatever is going on, it really is impacting the world, and you know, it's also impacting the continent. It's also impacting where I am here in Rwanda, and I'm seeing that visibly in my eyes. It's happening around me. So I just want people to be aware that, you know, there are real challenges that people are facing. The local people, people from the diaspora as well, who want to like do business and things like that. With the lockdown and curfews, it is having an impact in terms of what you can do with your business. A lot of the continental Africans have had to kind of adapt their businesses. People have shut down their businesses and actually shut down businesses and started new businesses. A lot of people are going into sort of agribusiness and food because, you know, we always need to eat, right? So even I was talking to one that I met in Kigali. He does transportation. But due to the whole pandemic, business has really been dry. So he is re-strategizing and going into sort of buying and reselling, I think, food items. So it's difficult. People are having to really, you know, strategize and push through in order to make money to survive. So it's the issues are real on the ground. Joyce is saying greetings to you as well. Think Twice is saying, hey, hi family. Think Twice saying, we will always support you for your great work. Thank you so much. Med J saying, COVID might be a good thing to Africa because it's our people to get detox from negative system influence. Yeah, I mean, some people will say that, but I'm not sure. Joyce is saying, stay strong. We will get through this. Thank you so much. And, I thought that, when the whole pandemic started, I thought that we would be out of it by now. And, you know, things are still quite challenging. So, yeah, but it's all about being positive and being hopeful that we will get to the end of it. This will come to an end, it has to come to an end. Medjay saying your land looks gorgeous. Thank you. It really is. It's beautiful. And those of you guys who are watching and you don't know what he's talking about, you need to go and see my recent upload on YouTube where I'm basically giving you guys a tour of the land that I purchased in the northern province here in Rwanda. It's absolutely beautiful. The view alone sells itself. The view alone sells itself. The idea around the resort project is that I would build something that is on the continent and it's beautiful, that people from all over the world can come to and enjoy, and also creating opportunities for continental Africans, creating jobs and also contributing to the development of Rwanda. So that's like my contribution to the continent, specifically to Rwanda. So that's why I wanted to do this project, and also because I love great sceneries and I love water. I was born in the Caribbean, but I'm an African. I was born in the Caribbean and spent most of my childhood weekends on the beach. So you can just imagine, I love the beach, I love water, and I love great views. So, when you see the land that I've purchased, the surrounding areas, you would understand why I have purchased that land. And also, I want other people to come and enjoy it and see that there's beauty in Africa. A lot of the time when people thinking about holidays, they're thinking about the Dubai, they're thinking about so many other places in Europe, like Thailand as well. And I just want to show people that, look, you can come and have an amazing time on the continent, in Africa, in Rwanda. Come and see Africa for yourself. There's so many people who, have toyed with the idea of coming to the continent, but haven't actually taken the steps to do so. So I'm encouraging people to also, just step outside your comfort zone and come and visit Africa and see it for yourselves, because a lot of the times people are relying on images that they have seen from, whether it be the BBC or the newspaper reports about Africa, which 95% of the time is very negative. It's very negative and it's not a true representation of Africa. So for me, I want to show the truth and also show the beauty of Africa, and for more people to come and invest and think about Africa or a country in Africa as a holiday destination that they can come, invite family, friends, and have an amazing time. So, yeah. Think Twice is just sending out the link for you guys if whoever wants to support. Thank you so much. Medjay saying you're one of the most genuine YouTuber I ever had the pleasure to be subscribed to. Oh, thank you so much. I really do appreciate that. That means so much to me. You don't understand. Think Twice is saying, please like and share. Thank you. Thank you. If you haven't already done so and you're here, please do go ahead and smash the like button. We're getting into the discussion shortly, guys. We are getting into the discussions shortly. And as the topic reads, continental Africans think we, the diaspora, are millionaires, if not billionaires, right? So that is the topic for discussion. And I will be sending out the link so you guys can, just be interactive. I love it when you guys are interactive because I feel like, you guys are really engaging with me and it's not robotic. And I feel like I'm not just talking at you guys. So I would really love if a few of you guys or all of you guys can, you know, do me the honor and come in and speak to me. Yeah, you got to be careful. Flow Scent is saying facts. Okay. Esther saying, Lady Visionary, you are a great leader. We have everything we need in our beautiful motherland. Africa is a one-stop shop. That is so true. 100% true. Right, so I think I can start, right? Right, guys. So I'm just thinking like where to start with this topic, but yeah, the topic being continental Africans view us or think that we, the diaspora, are millionaires or billionaires, whatever, but they think that in general, they think that we are loaded, like we're loaded with money. And so that when the diaspora come to Africa, whatever country it may be, the challenge is, you know, when they see you and they see like money, they see you as money, and you know, it's so unfortunate. You know, it's just like mindset, the way that Europe and the US has been sold to continental Africans. It's like Europe and the US, they're like the apparent, like Africa looks at them like leaders of the world, you know. And so they're thinking these countries they're rich. Everybody coming from these countries are rich. And so when we come here, you know, and we interact with some of these continental Africans, whether that be like, you know, you go to the marketplace and you're buying something, you know, the price automatically changes, you know, and you know, the percentage add-on would be like 100%. So they may charge you, you know, 2 or even 3 times the price, sorry, 2 or even 3 times the original price, you know, or overcharge you on certain things because they think that, you know, you are made of money. You know, very sort of wrong mindset, but sometimes you can't blame them because it's what they see, what's fed into Africa in terms of how Europe and the US is. And it really affects as well how you engage with people, because sometimes, I'm not saying everybody, but sometimes people only engage with you because they think about what they can get. They think they're seeing money, they're thinking money. So, you know, for that, like you may see, it may seem that they're coming across as genuine, but they're not actually genuine. They're actually engaging with you because they want something from you. So you really kind of have to be careful on that front. And it really kind of, I'm not saying that they are not people who are honest and genuine, they are, but I'm just highlighting it because it is an issue. And I've traveled to many different countries on the continent. I'm still traveling, and this is something that keeps coming up, the fact that, you know, you can be overpriced. They see you and they think like, for them in the mindset, like white people are millionaires, and you coming from the US, or you coming from Europe, you're also like the Muzungus, you're rich, you know. It's basically a lot of unlearning, misguided education. And so, you know, it's definitely problematic, as I said, because it does impact on your relationship. You may not know like who to really trust, because who is genuine and who is not. But I think that it's about, you know, critically looking at the situation and looking at people for who they are, you know, and trying to kind of suss them out in the situation. But I just wanted to make you guys aware of like, these may be some of the challenges that you may face, that people may only want to build relationships with you because they're thinking, wow, like you are a billionaire, and you can help them out in some way to help them become maybe rich as well, or for them to get some money out of you. So that's a real challenge. I've experienced it here also in Rwanda. So you kind of feel a bit apprehensive about certain relationships. So definitely you have to kind of tread carefully. You have to tread carefully. Not everybody that you see that is like, oh yeah, I want to help you with this, I want to help you with that, is actually genuine. And it's not their fault a lot of the time. It's basically the message that they have been sold from the US and from like Europe, that Europe and the US, like people coming from those regions are billionaires. So it's a challenge, guys, but I don't know. Like, I was speaking to my husband about this today, and he was just like, it's about teaching them and educating them about the truths, that, not everybody coming from the US or coming from the Europe, we're made of money, we're not loaded. A lot of us actually have worked our butt off in the US, in Europe. Some of us have, worked many jobs. We're trying to bring our savings together to actually come and see what we can do here on the continent. We're not made of money. You can't pick money from us like it's like we're like trees. You just pick the leaves and you get money. So there's a lot of like education that needs to happen. You may need to engage in conversations with continental Africans, and that's something I'm also doing on the ground myself, because there's just, what do I say? There's just a lot of things wrong with that. As I said, it really impacts your relationship with some of these people who actually think you're made of money. They literally think you're made of money. They don't know your circumstances. Some people have actually borrowed money from banks, and having to repay back loans. They have no idea about the circumstances of the people coming from the diaspora, but they just think, wow, money has arrived, and how can I get some? So it's not everyone, I should say, but what I'm saying is that is a challenge. And like traveling to these different countries, it's a repetitive thing that keeps on coming up. So I felt like it was important to actually put that out there as well. There will be opportunists as well that are very clever, who will, see you coming, you don't know much about the country, you don't know this, you don't know that, and they will use that to suck money out of you. So you really need to be aware, you need to be alert, and you need to be ready for the challenges that you may face on the ground. Okay, not everybody is going to embrace you with open arms. That's just the facts. And not everybody that you see smiling and looking like gold, they're actually genuine. So you really need to be, as I said, aware. Okay, who we got in the building? Flow Sense is saying, I'm subscribed but don't get in notification. Seems YouTube with shadows banning your channel name. Like, yeah, someone else was talking about this on their channel, and I'm not sure what's happening. Sometimes now as well, there's some YouTubers that I'm also subscribed to, and I won't get notifications at all. And then I'll see that such and such has had a video or went live, and I'm not aware of it. So something is definitely going on in this YouTube space. But I'm clearly aware of what it is. Like, there's certain privileges, and people don't want you to progress in this space. And I think it's all about, to be honest, white supremacy as well. That's kind of playing its part in the YouTube space. So yeah, I think that's what's happening, guys. Okay. Yeah, even if you hit the bell, as I said, I'm subscribed to a couple YouTubers. I've hit the notification bell, still haven't been notified when people have posted. So, you know, something is going on. Right. Is it Avanel is saying, I enjoy watching your channel. Thank you so much. I appreciate you being here. A way around it is she can just translate to perhaps a Randy's name. She should be bigger. Facts. Thank you. Right, guys, I'm just going to send out the link. I'm reading more of your comments, but I'll send out the link shortly for anybody who wants to join me on the topic. It started with the Berlin conference. Since then, most Africans think white is cold, cooler. I think you're saying cooler there. That's Western illustrations. That's why, sorry, they've been tricking African people with nothing but lies. In actuality, most Caucasians have less money than me, and I'm not even rich by meek, but I work hard. Yeah, so people, that's the thing in Africa. People see like a white man or a white woman or a white person, should I say, and they automatically think because they're white, they have, they're loaded. They're loaded. Sometimes you will actually see, and this has happened to me as well, not just, well, not, I don't think it's happened to me here in Rwanda, no, but definitely happened to me. Actually, it happened to someone I know here in Rwanda, and it's happened to me somewhere else that, I've gone into a restaurant and I'm first in the restaurant, and maybe I've sat down, I'm just like sorting myself out with regards to the menu, and then a group of white people come in, or a couple, and automatically they're served first, so that's still an issue on the continent, that a lot of sort of continental Africans just think, well, I'll probably get a tip from these white people, or automatically they just give them more privilege. And that's still an issue here on the continent that needs education and a lot of unlearning, that just because a person is white doesn't mean they're automatically rich, or just because a person is white doesn't mean that they're going to give you a tip. They just think, well, money, white money. Yeah, but not everybody, but it's a challenge, and other people have actually told me about their experiences on the continent as well. So I'm not talking based upon just things that I've dreamt up, but I'm actually talking from experiences and experiences of others. Okay, let's hear what you guys are saying. Should I see what you guys are saying? Okay, bear with me, guys. The comments are coming in and I'm like, right. Natasha's saying, money has arrived. How can I get some? So funny. Yeah, this is some of the issues that we're facing here on the ground. Like, it's true, literally the diaspora as well. The minute like you go somewhere, you go to the marketplace, you don't know the language, you don't know how much things are, like they see that, oh, you open in your mouth and you have an American accent or you have a British accent, automatically the price of food changes for you. It changes. You're taking a ride in a taxi from A to B, you open your mouth saying, oh, I need to get here, automatically the price changes for you, because for them they're like, this person is rich, they can afford double or triple or even 10 times the amount of the original price. So instead of it being $2, it's $100 for you. So that's the type of price differences we are actually looking at. And I'm not saying it to put you guys off, but I'm telling, I would just want to be as transparent as I can on this channel and let you guys know the reality on the ground, because these are some of the challenges that frustrates people. That it does. Even at times I get frustrated, but I've had to kind of learn the prices of things. Once you learn the prices of things, then you can kind of navigate your way through a little bit easier. And then, you know, in Africa, you always can negotiate here. So the price is not set, so you can always negotiate. So what I always do is, you know, I would, like, if they say a price, I always go like halfway and then negotiate around the halfway mark. So yeah, but you have to learn really fast, otherwise you will end up losing a lot of money, because you don't know the prices of things, and you know, you're just spending here and there. Everybody's trying to get their portion. So, and then you, at the end of it, you're like, oh, where did all my money go? So I have to make you aware of these things, especially for those of you who are thinking to come and invest on the continent. Gavin is saying, thank you. Social media is an agenda to spread propaganda. High Five is saying, hi, sister, hi, and welcome. Think Twice is reminding you guys to support via super chats or PayPal if you're interested in supporting the Africa Rising Investment Funds, where we are supporting young people here in Rwanda in business. Then you can go ahead and support via PayPal and just reference the Africa Rising Investment Funds. So yeah, Natasha, it's the same way in the Caribbean. Yeah, so even me that, you know, traveled to Jamaica, lived in Jamaica for a couple of years during my childhood years, I know that these are some of the challenges as well that you have in Jamaica, you can find in the Caribbean. Okay. Oh yes, it does happen in Jamaica. Chuck Higlin is saying white money. Yeah, yeah. Zani Hazer is in the building, and thank you for joining us. Zani Hazer is saying, hello, I would like to invite you for a chat on our channel. Yes, most definitely. Let me know when, send me an email, let me know when, and we can definitely make that happen, most definitely. Gavin is saying, when they did that to me in Nigeria, I'm Nigerian, I left. When the owner asked why I was leaving, I told him I'm a Pan-African and won't accept that. Yeah, like a lot of people will be put off. You know, a lot of people will be put off if, you know, you come to a country and you feel like people are always trying to get money out of you. People think that you're made of money. It is off-putting. It is off-putting. But on the other hand, what I've been doing to sort of deal with this is try to educate my people. Excuse me, guys. Excuse me. So it's really about education and trying to change that negative narrative. And I think that's one of the ways in which Africa can progress. But I'm trying to let you guys be aware of these issues that are on the ground. You know, excuse me, especially for those of you guys who are, you know, packing up everything and thinking about relocating to the continent. You just have to be aware that there are going to be a lot of great things about the continent, but there may be a lot of frustrating things, and this issue may just be one of them. Not saying everybody will be that way, no, but it's definitely an issue, definitely an issue. And I know some of my subscribers who I've spoken to on the phone has also highlighted this issue as well. Some people who have relocated, whether here in Rwanda or other parts of Africa, have also highlighted this issue and how it's impacting them, and also their frustrations as well with that. you know, because we're coming here, the diaspora, we're coming here to heal, we're coming here to, you know, learn more about the culture, the history, connect with our brothers and sisters on the ground. So you kind of feel like, then why are you trying to bleed me of money? Like, why can't you treat me like I'm your own? You know, why is it that you just see me as an opportunity to increase prices or just to gain money out of me, you know? So yeah, it's an issue, guys. Why are we doing each other like that? Shaking my head. Yeah. So yeah, it's sad, but it's a challenge that I believe can be, there's solutions to it. And one of the ways I'm trying to bring about a solution is through education. I also have people on the continent that also watches my channel. So hopefully this will be sort of educational and informative, that, you know, ask people coming from the diaspora, it doesn't mean that we are doesn't mean that we're loaded. It doesn't mean that we're billionaires. A lot of us are coming with our savings, money that's been borrowed. They have to pay back that money with interest. A lot of us are trying to find a better life. A lot of us are just trying to find our way, trying to build projects here on the continent. We don't know if it will work or not. We're coming here with the hope that we can settle and create a business that can also create opportunities for continental Africans. So, yeah, like the diaspora, we're not loaded, you know, we're not loaded. Flow Sense is saying, well, you see that on the screen. Um, Gavin is saying, never accept the first price. Yeah, that's what I've learned when I'm traveling on the continent. That's what I've learned. A lot of the times things are negotiable. I learned that in Ghana actually, because Ghana was one of the first African countries that I visited. And I was very, like, I feel like it's called bartering. So I'm so good at bartering. Like, guys, I'm so good. But sometimes you just feel frustrated because you don't want to, you're like, every day I have to barter, like, you know, and I don't want to compare Europe or the US to Africa, but you may look at it this way. You may say, well, you know, when you go into a shop or in the marketplace, you know, you see the label of the price on the item, and you know that, right, when you go there this will be the price, and it's just like you've already prepared yourself in terms of what you're going to pay. But here, sometimes on an everyday basis, or, you know, whether you're buying food, whether you're buying food, whether you're taking the transport, you know, whether you're dealing with different services, sometimes you find yourself bartering on a daily basis, which can become tiring. You're just like, just give me the right price, give me the price that all the other locals pay, you know? So those are some of the frustrations that you may have to deal with here on the continent. But yeah, as Gavin says, like, you never really accept the first price here. My rule of thumb is you go halfway and then start to negotiate from there. They set their price, you go halfway, and then you negotiate around those prices. Dominique Laura is in the building, and thank you for being here. Really appreciate you. Saying that should motivate us to become rich before we go. To actually be billionaires before we go to the continent. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Right, let's see what you guys are saying. I'm seeing more of you guys in the building. I just want to say welcome, welcome, welcome. That's the right way to tackle the problem. Yeah. Think twice is saying you need water, lol. Like, I was coughing, sorry guys. And I had said that I would prepare myself by making sure that I have a glass of water by me, but I wasn't so prepared. Zanny Hayes is saying it's the reality in terms of what I'm saying. Zanny Hayes says, but the problem can be how we behave. That's true. That's true. Yeah, because sometimes we give off this impression that, you know, we the diaspora as well, you know, we're also made of money. So we can give off that impression as well that can influence continental Africans to behave a certain way towards us when it comes to like increasing prices and things like that. So yeah, I agree. I agree. Medjay saying, at Think Twice, she has a whole lake she can drink water from. A whole lake. Taste of Jamaica and Tings. Wow, are the volcanoes a concern at all? It was researching and found, sorry, I was researching and found that last time it erupted was 202. From what I know right now, the volcanoes are not active. So that's not a problem. That's not a problem. I'm seeing more of you guys join. Thank you so much for joining. Do price gouging turn off expats or tourists for visiting that country? Like, not Rwanda, I would say. It doesn't turn people off because Rwanda, you know, it's a beautiful country. A lot of people are really kind of excited about Rwanda and the development that it's made. So people are really wanting to visit Rwanda. And, you know, if it wasn't for COVID, the rate of tourism would have just gone up and up and up. But right now, as I'm seeing, tourism has really been affected, not because of the issue that I'm talking about today, but because of the pandemic. Things are really dry at the moment. Kibo saying, even in America, there are baggers too. So never worry about small things. Even in London, the black cab drivers can cheat you out if you are a foreigner. That's everywhere. It's a street code. That's true. That's true. I totally understand your point there. Okay. I definitely won't be popular for saying that I feel like foreigners that are just visiting the continent should be charged more money than the locals. It depends what you're trying to buy, though. Oh my goodness. Okay. Fair point. Fair point. Marilyn is saying, hello, Lady Visionary. Keep the good work up. It is the thing in Guyana. Thank you so much. Really appreciate you. Thank you. Adu Solar, what I would say is that the perception that you are rich can be used to your advantage anywhere that you go. In fact, it can give you some celebrity status. It is how you work it. I do like that one, and I do definitely agree as well. Most definitely, you can use it to your advantage. You know, I see that. I definitely see that. Okay, so I think that's. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Just send them in the comments. What I will do is I will also send out the link if anybody has anything they want to say regarding this topic. And for those of you who are just joining us, the topic is continental Africans think we, the diaspora, are millionaires or billionaires. Yeah, we've been discussing like what is the issue around that and what some of the potential solutions would be. And I just talked about a solution being sort of education to help with this unlearning that, or thinking that people coming from the diaspora are rich, or when continental African sees a white man or woman, they automatically think that, you know, a billionaire has arrived on the continent. And, you know, some of them still have that mindset, that white savior mindset. Like they feel like, right, all my problems are solved. I have a white friend, or all my problems are solved. Someone is here from the diaspora, you know. So it's a challenge. It's a challenge, but I believe that, you know, lots is changing with regards to Africa. And Africa is getting there, but it's one of the challenge. It's definitely one of the challenge here on the continent. Med J is asking, what's your professional background, if you don't mind me asking? So I have a master's in global health and in international development, with sort of adaptation and disaster management attached to that. But I've been working as a physiotherapist since what, 2010? So my background is in physiotherapist. I'm a trained and qualified physiotherapist, and I have been working as a physiotherapist for the last, say, 10 years. So yeah, that's me. Hopefully that answered your question. Of course, I don't mind talking about my professional background, but yeah, that's me. And I studied my master's at King's College University in London. So yeah. Oh, do you really think so? Oh, thank you. Guys, I've sent out the link. So if any of you guys want to join me on the topic, please do go ahead. I'm seeing a guest here. Who we got in the building? Who we got in the building? Oh, right. Wait. Sorry, I'm messing up the screen. Sorry, I need to add you. Okay. We've got Mr. Hillary in the building. Hello, Mr. Hillary. How are you? It's been a while.
Good afternoon. Good evening,
Okay,
ma'am.
let's
Good
see if we
evening,
can,
strong sister.
what's
Good
happening
evening to
here.
everyone in the
Oh,
chat room.
it's my volume. I'm not prepared. I'm not prepared. Sorry about that.
Oh,
So, hi, Mr. Hillary. How are you?
good evening to you. Good evening to everyone in the chat room. It has been a while. How are you today? Compliments for the new year
Oh,
to you
happy
and your
New
family.
Well. Happy New Year. It's been a while. I'm doing
It has.
well.
It has. It has. For me, myself, I've been very, very busy, so I've been offline for a while.
Oh, okay. Well, it's nice to finally see you because I think
Oh,
the other day I was, oh, it's been a while since I've seen Mr. Hillary. What's happening? So obviously now you're saying that you're busy, but yeah,
um, with regards to the topic, no,
yes.
this is a very good topic. I would say, with regards to when continental Africans embrace us, they think that we have money. It's a true reality we have to deal with. And when you mention the fact that white folk, now, with regards to white folk, whether we like it or not, continental Africans or not, black people know where the power is. So
Mm,
even self that we know many white folk don't have the wealth individually,
mm,
as many people think they do. As a group, they do. Because when
mm.
you do statistics comparing each ethnic group, you don't compare them by individuals, you compare them by groups,
Yeah, that's right.
right? So when you do that, hence why anywhere in the world, when a black person sees a white person, they'll automatically think they have resources that they could
Yeah,
obtain from them
exactly.
because they know where the power lies.
Mm,
Who has the power? They do.
mm,
People always gravitate to power. So with regards to us too, since we coming from the West, where there's a lot of white influence, even so there mightn't be them person running the countries, they influence the decision making, the political legislation, everything is aligned to their system. They have all the major influences. They still run things, even though that in most of the Western countries they're not, they're physically in large numbers calling the shots, right?
mm.
So even so that we come from the West, in from the Western countries, they will still perceive us as, you know, if we survive in those environments, then we'll know they will think that, hey, right, since you could survive in them environments, you must be coming with deep pockets,
But
right?
obviously, it's not true. It's not true.
And that's exactly is not true. And the
Mm,
solution to solve that, I think you see how the white media like to create propaganda to us about our brothers and sisters on the continent, show them as paupers and suffering and so forth.
Mm.
Well, we need to start creating videos of us in the West here as a group and carry it over there and show them how we live, where the environments we come from, the struggles that we came from, what we have to go through on a day-to-day basis, and show them a lot more of how it's difficult for us,
Mm.
as much as it's difficult for a lot of you on the continent to get by day by day, and not all of us have deep pockets.
Yeah.
That is
You
the
know,
main solution to me.
it's interesting that you should say that because I was having a conversation with a local guy, a local taxi guy, and I was telling him about some of the struggles that Black people go through in the US and Europe. And he could not believe it because he just thought that, our life was made because we're in Europe or in the US. Some people actually have no idea of our struggles. They have no idea because of the pictures that's painted to them about Europe and about the West in general,
Facts. Facts.
So, that kind of really opens up your eyes to see some of the challenges here on the ground is that there needs to be that education. And as you've saying, you're kind of giving a way that we could potentially solve this by, yes, talking to our brothers and sisters, but also using platforms as well to showcase that, look, it's not all as it seems. Like these are some of the realities, because the West, like Europe and America, when you see like it on TV, you're like, people are like, wow, wow. They never show you the negative sides. And then when
Mhm.
you're in the US and Europe, you see like mostly a lot of the things that you see about Africa is so negative. The propaganda is so
Facts.
negative. It's unbelievable. The representation, it's just unreal. So that's part of like the brainwashing that's been happening in Africa, and it's ongoing, and you're finding and you're seeing all of that play itself out on the continent. And we, the diaspora, also have to deal with that, because it does bring out that frustration. But I think having conversations like these will kind of prepare us, when we come to the continent, and if we're faced with some of these challenges, we don't get frustrated and say, oh, you know what, I'm going back to America, I'm going back to Europe. These are supposed to be my brothers and sisters, and look at the way they're treating me. We're having a more like understanding approach and thinking about more solutions rather than highlighting, I guess, the problem.
Facts. And one
Yeah.
of the ways that could also help getting these videos and messages out, because to be fair to the continental Africans, I would say most of them don't even know of how we live in the West, the struggles
Mm,
that we go through. So it's hard
yes,
for them to sympathize because they don't have any information.
yes,
So to
yes.
solve that, maybe as much as we trying to get information to learn about them and how to interact with them when we go to the continent, what
Hmm.
they could do as well, and we could do vice versa, is try to research and get in contact and see the local media, how their local news reports broadcast the news about the issues
Hmm.
of
Yes.
what they do day to day. For example, there are many things I learned about South Africa just by watching some of the news, the news reports, and how they broadcast the news and talk about the issues. It's the same thing they could do with us in the West. Maybe research a country that they might want to go to. If they want to go to America, they start a research of how people, not just from the white media, but most of the time, obviously the white media news stations will pop up in the results, in the search results.
Mm,
So they'll believe, well, hey, most cases, what white folks say, and they'll think that will be true. But if they go further and search the demographics and they see, all right, there are different groups of people, and try to find news reports about these areas and these communities, then they might have a more informed decision to make because they'll have more information.
Yes,
They might
I
have more
agree.
information,
Yeah.
and they might more likely not be so eager, at least to overcharge people, even though they'll still do it because I understand there are many people maybe struggling in life and they're trying to make ends meet for their family. So
Mhm.
entirely we will not be able to cut it out. But or
Yeah, yeah. I
but at the
think
same
obviously
time,
one of the challenges sometimes is, people won't want you to say this, but it's about people trying to, survive. They're using this maybe as a survival skill because, we can't sort of run away from the fact or hide away from the fact that, you know, Africa is such a rich continent, but there is significant level of poverty on the continent. You know what I mean?
that's correct.
So that also influences some of these issues that are
Exactly.
uh, playing out. So we have to also be mindful of that as well. So it's just all about thinking critically with regards to this matter. And I said, not getting frustrated. I've had times, if I'm honest, where I've been frustrated at this particular issue. But I think as time goes on, I'm really learning that, it's all about, like I should understand and be sort of more understanding about the situation, especially because I have a master's in global health and international development. So I understand the wider issues as to why, these things are playing out. So, but I'm human, so I do get frustrated at times. But
You are human,
really,
so that happens.
sorry, go ahead.
No, you're a human being. You must get frustrated. We all will at some point in time.
Yeah,
So
most
also,
definitely.
as what you and other YouTubers and many people have said, an easier way that will help us with regards to again another solution I'm suggesting here that would help us overcome those challenges and frustrations. The faster we learn the native languages, the better for us. The faster we learn, the better for us because the skills in our experiences in the West in negotiating and bartering would assist us a lot more comfortably. That even so that you mentioned, sometimes you have frustrations that, oh, I have to go through this bartering process again today.
Yeah.
By just remembering the language. Oh, my apologies for the glare on the screen. My apologies. The sun is out today, so my apologies. By just mastering the language eventually, you'll be more comfortable. Actually, you might even want to be willing to take up the task because you might make more connections in the marketplace where people will look for you and they will actually offer you deals as a CEO, maybe. Just a suggestion, I don't know.
Definitely, learning the language really, really helps. That's something that I'm doing here in Rwanda. I'm learning the language, and I have been learning the language, even though it's difficult. I always say that the
It
language
is.
is difficult. I find that, when I'm speaking my sentences that I do know or my words that I do know, they love it actually when you speak the language as well. They're like, whoo, like,
Wow.
they love that and they really love to see you trying. And so even because you're trying, they may even show some sympathy and give you the local prize. So yeah, yeah. No, learning the language really, really helps with connecting with the local people. It really does, and it makes a difference with the exchanges that you have on a daily basis. Most definitely. So I agree with your point there with regards to the language, and I think that's a powerful one as well. Most definitely, we have to be determined to learn some sentences or to be able to communicate at least on a sort of basic level and then sort of build up from there. And that's
Well,
something
that's
I would, you know, people looking
I'm
to
sorry.
kind of relocate, come invest. That's something also that they have to bear in mind, that the language barrier can make you feel like a little bit of an outsider. But then if you start to engage with the language, you start to learn the language and you start to practice that with the local people, it really does make a difference with your connection to the continent as well.
That's correct. And well, that's basically my solution for now, and that's all I want to say.
So much,
Thank you
Hillary.
kindly for having me.
I really do appreciate you. Thank you so much, and thank you so much for your contribution. And
You're
do come
welcome.
back.
I appreciate you.
It's a
I
pleasure
will.
having.
It's my pleasure also. Thank you kindly. I appreciate you so much. Respect to you and everyone in the
Oh,
chat room.
so much, Mr.
Good.
Hillary. Thank you. Wow. So there we had Mr. Hillary um, giving us some solutions. He really kind of touched upon the importance of education and creating content that also shows the realities of the West, and also engaging with the language of the country that you're thinking about relocating to. So I like being on the ground. I've realized as well just how important it is to like know to communicate in the language. If you have someone to translate for you, that's great. But also you being determined to also learn the language to communicate like on a basic level, that will really help you with your day-to-day movements in that particular country. Um, you guys had sent out your comments. Let's hear what you guys are saying, or should I see what you guys are saying? It's a matter of schooling the locals with the truth and leading by example. The diaspora need to move unified, like the brother said. That's where the diaspora power is. It's through group economics. Most definitely, I agree with that. Guys, I just want to remind you guys to like the stream if you haven't already done so. It's just a way of supporting my channel here. You can go ahead and smash the super chat button if you're wanting to support Lady Visionary's channel. That's very much appreciated. And also, you know, another way you can help to grow my channel or support me is by sharing your favorite video here on my channel, or your favorite videos here on my channel. So I'd really appreciate that. Yeah, so if you're here and you're enjoying the conversation, please do smash the thumbs up button and continue to engage with us. We're not going to be here for very much longer. I will send out the link again. So if anybody wants to come in and just say anything on this particular topic, the topic is continental Africans think we, the diaspora, are millionaires or billionaires, or we're loaded with all this money. You know, you just pick money, and yeah, we're just loaded. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, or you can always call in live. And Natasha is saying, a house builder contractor in Rwanda told me it costs $350,000 to build a 3-bedroom house. After he asked me where I was calling from, I'm in the, so, okay, so it really does depend, but $350,000? No, no. It's, you can get a house built for significantly less than that money. So yeah, you know, that's the reality. Sometimes just by the fact that your accent, you're from the US, from the Europe, the price just automatically changes, you know. The price just automatically changes. And they know that you don't know the prices as well. So it's like they don't know, so let's go ahead and increase the price 5, 10 times that price. Lorne was saying facts, Mr. Hillary. Yes, Mr. Hillary was dropping some gems for us to all learn from. So again, thank you, Mr. Hillary. Ado, Solar, we need to be realistic about exchange rates. Even if you are working class person in the Western world, the $20 you might spend at a restaurant can make a huge difference for overhead costs. I hear you. Okay. Facts. The overcharging is a symptom of poverty. I think it's partly to do with that. Definitely. Greetings to you, SKD Lauren. Thank you for being in the building. Joyce Boggs is saying, in America, we are blacks, get charged more than whites, banks, car loans, and where you live. Yeah, it's slightly different though, because I think like I think they do that to because they know and they have studied our spending habits, and it's just a way to keep us not progressing. Black people have this kind of thing about appearing rich, and they overspend on things. They don't practice group economics. They don't invest their money well. So they play on that to keep us down, so the situation is slightly different. Okay. Okay.
Hello, can you hear me?
Okay. We've got Charles Kishi in the building from Zani Hazer. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How are you?
Hi.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
You
can.
can hear me?
Yes. How about you?
Hi, yes, I can hear you now. Hi and welcome. How are you?
I am good. Thank you. So
Fantastic. Nice to have you back on the channel.
yes, yes, thank you. Thank you for having me again. Yeah, on that topic, I think as someone in the diaspora who has been to Rwanda and and who has seen some of what you are saying firsthand, I see it as an issue of twofold. Um, One is it's really that thinking that connects to the pre-colonial thinking. Because if someone left for Europe, hey, they are going to Europe. It's already that thinking that in Europe, in America, there is more than uh,
Mm,
home on the continent. Or it's that thinking that um, them, not us, are way better than we are in so many ways.
mm,
And that translates into when we come back from the diaspora, it is as if we are seen as um, being white, let's say, for the
yes,
lack of a right.
exactly.
So where it does not help, I remember when I was in Kigali, when I'm in Kigali, um, I like to travel in every corner of the city, and I walk or I use the motorbike.
Mhm,
Rarely I would rent a car because so I was walking in this place in Kigali in a neighborhood which is not one of the nicest neighborhoods. And then everybody was so surprised. They're like, you are here. I'm like, yes. However, it's like people from the diaspora will never in the light of the day walk in this neighborhood because they think we they are up here and then we are right there. So see, that's also an issue. So that goes to how we portray ourselves and when we show up and you don't really reconnect with our own people at a very granular level. So we make those perceptions only stronger, you know, in that sense. So that is also a challenge because it's not just in the diaspora, but even within Kigali, um, um, there are certain um, uh, like the connections among the society um, does not happen at all levels. We still have that in the culture that if you are from, oh my goodness, I am saying this, if you are from this particular class, you don't mingle with that class, you see? So
Mm,
then you have the diaspora. So it's, but all that goes back with, I think, that pre-colonial thinking. That's what we need to raise awareness, have discussions, and say at the end of the day, we are all people, and as we were saying, like, some of us, if we have had to take loans or whatever, so we can come and help build the continent, there should not be any shame in it. Um,
mm,
right? We should not give the perceptions that we come and the way we look, the way we behave, that we have everything,
mm,
or we are better than they are.
mm.
Does that make sense?
Most definitely, I agree with that. Yeah, especially also that last point you said, which I think I wasn't really thinking about before, but it's also you're saying how we portray ourselves. Because sometimes from the diaspora, we're coming with the idea, like the idea that we have more, we're better than, and sometimes that could be to our disadvantage because of the way that we're portraying ourselves. People also take advantage of that as well, and also it kind of reinforces negative thinking, if you know
Yes,
what I mean.
yes. I mean, it does. I mean, for example, as you know, I have my company Vaniheza, and even then, just the mindset is something that I've been working on. Where is that I founded Vaniheza. However, I'm not the boss, as you say. You each have a say. Um, I am the founder. However, it's not mine, you
Mm.
know, and therefore I don't have money hanging over me.
Yeah.
You also have to participate in finding solutions so that we can move forward. So it is very challenging. It's just the whole perception, just the whole thinking, and that really connects to, well, they are in the West, in Europe, in America, and therefore, um, yeah,
Therefore, they have all the money in this world.
you have all the way, but that also goes on how we treat our brothers and sort of sister, and really have that conversation and say, because sometimes, what they see about us in the diaspora, it's these people with flashy cars and flashy everything. That does not help. So
Mm,
in raising awareness, it's to say that even here, because again, all goes into how um, how Europe or how in America what they see on TV. You see, so for example, in Vancouver, I have shown them images of people who live in a tent, the homeless here, or who sleep on the street, and
wow.
people be like, "What? That happens?" I'm like, "Yes, this happens here." Um, and really, I believe that it's time for us to really focus on who we are as people, and focus on the continent. I actually did a video yesterday um, on the 43 young women and men who perished at sea, Mediterranean, trying to cross. You see, so it's almost like cancer. You see, it's like it's just that thinking like the West, you're from the West, therefore you have more than me. But when we show up, let's not let's not also reinforce those negative thinking. Um, um, and in raising awareness, yes, if you're from the UK, and we've had a privilege to maybe be in a place where we can gain um, some knowledge, um, some know-hows that we can come and apply Um, because mind you, what people tend to forget is that Rwanda specifically, it is a very young country. Always
Mm,
remember that, give or
mm,
take 25 years. Now in Canada, 100 years, if you go look at the history, they will have to figure a few things. And I think this is where we are. So we can't always, you know, wish at the same time, um, being a member of the diaspora, if that affords you certain privilege, well, um, know how to pass that along,
mm.
you know. And then
Yeah,
anyone listening to this, don't, they should not think that, oh, it's the end of the world and I'm not gonna go to Africa now. Oh my goodness. I mean,
no,
uh,
that's not the idea. For us, like here on the channel, for me, I want to bring, like, as people would say, sometimes the good, bad, and the ugly. And obviously, in general, I've been living my best life here in Rwanda despite the whole curfew and lockdown. And it's just finding my way through the challenges. And that's what I'm also encouraging people to say, right, if you're thinking about coming, great, but also plan. A lot of people are thinking about doing business, relocating here, but really planning. Some people have relocated and found that these are some of the challenges on the ground, and actually been like, you know what, I'm out, I'm leaving. We had someone in the comment section, who's a Nigerian, who actually went to Nigeria, and you know, because of this whole bartering and overpricing, he ended up just leaving Nigeria. So it's just like bringing that awareness to the channel, because sometimes I feel like people romanticize Africa, and it's amazing. You can live a great quality of life here, but you must be aware of some of the realities on the ground. Everybody may not face them the same way, but these are some of the challenges that you may have to deal with. And if you're faced with those challenges, are you just going to be like, you know what, I'm out? What are you going to do? How are you going to deal with them? And so having discussions like these, it's not a lot of coming to the continent, because as I said, I'm here having an amazing time despite the lockdown. I'm living my best life, right? So you can also live your best life on the continent. Those of you guys listening in and wanting to relocate, it's not all bad. In fact, the majority of it is amazing, absolutely amazing. And I don't regret moving here. I don't regret being here. I wish I could have come sooner, and I wish the pandemic wasn't limiting my business and everything that I'm trying to do. But within all of that, I'm still trying to navigate my way through. So yeah, as you say, it's not to put people off. We're not trying to put people off. But yeah, Charles is here from Zaniheza, a company that's based in Rwanda. Charles is the founder. Just tell us, well, yeah, tell the audience a little bit more about Zaniheza,
Run
and
here.
like, and also where they can follow your work.
Oh, thank you. I was trying to hide. This time I logged in under my name.
No, no, you're not hiding, because there'll be people who are here watching. They see Charles, they don't know who you are. So
Oh,
it's
okay.
like make
Introducing
people
myself.
know who you are and what you do and how they can reach out to you, if they want to.
No, thank you. Well, so as she was saying, I founded Zaniheza, which means Murakaza Neza, welcome. Niheza, it's beautiful. And as much as it's a company, some people like to comment that whenever I say what Zaniheza does, they still don't comprehend what Zaniheza does. Um, and the reason is more than being a company, I like to say Zaniheza is a movement. Uh, Really, the founding of Zaniheza came from my love from who I am. And who I am, I meant as a black person, really, an African, let's say. That make more sense.
Mm,
Um, because for many years, I kept asking myself, I mean, even now, Facebook, Alibaba, Microsoft, Apple, the list can go on. Why can't we have something like that of our own as well? You know, you know, as our president Paul Kagame said, think big. So in my case, I left Rwanda when I was 16 years old during the genocide against the Tutsi. So I saw the destruction of the country. And for the love of me, I don't still understand how can people, um, the militia and the people who committed the crime can just turn against their own people and just do all the horrendous things you can see. Um, these are the neighbors and family. So that was my mind when I left. So for 24 years, I made it to Vancouver, and I returned in 2018 um, to solve a family issue. And upon landing, you can immediately see how Rwanda has pulled itself um, from total distractions um, to be where it is. And you felt that from the moment you learned how clean, how safe, you know. And for many years, I had dreamt of an African renaissance, um, you know. And just to sum it up, I just felt that it's been slowly happening, but this is time that we do our own part. And looking at the young women and men in Rwanda and looking at their potential and how they work hard, for me, it was the birth of Zaniheza. It's essentially a travel company, and we really aim to, in my view, it's time that how we travel to the continent change, because I believe the thinking people who want to come to the continent, they want to come for the safari. Those who want to come, but it's more than safari, all right? So specifically to Rwanda, so I remember just thinking, and I had this word just that just came out: see Africa through my eyes. Um, so to make it specific, see Rwanda through our eyes. So that was the birth of the Behavior. So we are a travel company. We also have a store, Zanik store, and the reason is when I was thinking about the culture, right? Because that's essentially my focus. Is you can like me. I was born in the Democratic Republic of Congo, but when I came to Canada, um, the African Canadians, they really thought that I was white because of my thinking, because of the way I knew things. Little did they know is I was westernized in Africa. You know, everything I learned. I mean, we grew up watching Dallas. I don't know how old you are, the Texas show. So
No, I
so
know that.
yeah.
You're putting me on the spot now. I'm not going to say
Hey.
my.
So all that stays with me because it's like we could be even now. There are people who have never left Rwanda, who never left Kenya, where I also live, yet they they are really immersed into the American pop culture and everything else. But really they don't think about our own our own songs, our own music, our own food, our own clothing, and so on. So that Zanihesa is to really touch everything you see, feel, eat, move to, because traveling is not just going to a place. Um, the place can also come to you, because it's not all of us who can make it to the continent for a number of reasons, and it's not all of us who are ready to go back to Rwanda, um, because of the history. Some of the kids born in the diaspora, because of the way they were raised with all this thinking that they have, so that's still a challenge. So I see Zenheva as the platform um, um, where I can hopefully bring back that pride to be Rwandan or to be of, let's say, an African descent, um, and it is a challenge because it goes both ways. Uh, I alone cannot do it. So even within my company, they are all young because I truly believe in giving the power to the youth. And in Africa, the youth is what have actually saved the continent from the COVID because the predictions were really bad that they will see dead people. Um, so this is where the needs are, and I have bumped into you and and then everyone else, and we really raise awareness. However, it is challenging. It is challenging. An entrepreneur, an African entrepreneur. Um, I like to define it in this sense. It's like walking. I don't know if you ever watch Game of Thrones, the Mother of Dragon when she walks in the fire. It's like you walk
Mhm.
in that fire and you don't know if you're gonna come out and you have your own dragon. Um, because it's no secret, our community, we need to support each other in so many ways. And yeah, I went fast.
No, that's we need to go into detail. That's why we're here. But I want you to send out your website link in the chats, so people can go ahead and look at your website. But also, I want you to send out your YouTube link so that people can go over to your YouTube and just subscribe to your channel, show you some love and support over there. So if you could do that, I'd appreciate that because it's
Yes.
all about, as you say, coming together and supporting our own. And something that you said that was really powerful as well. You have the people like Microsoft and so many other large brands. And I think it's time that Black people started sort of moving above the bar now. We also need to think big and be doing big things and also support each other to do big things. So that's really powerful, and that's what I'm all about here on the channel, is that we need to be more than just mediocre. We need to know how great of a people we are. And that this is something that you've also said about the fact that also I feel like continental Africans don't even realize sometimes just how rich they are, just how rich we are. Everything we need is here. Africa feeds the world. We have so much resources. Many would argue that a lot of it is mismanaged, but things are changing. You're seeing Africa change, and we're being hopeful for the future. But everything is in Africa. We actually don't need to go anywhere. But a lot of it is about, it's about brainwashing. We respect the West and the US and everybody else except for ourselves. So it's time we started loving ourselves, respecting our people, and working together, for a better Africa. So, you said a lot of that in your comments, and I just picked those up and I was like, right, he's saying he's dropping a lot of gems here. But thank you so much for joining me. Please do go ahead and send out your links, your website,
I
your
will.
YouTube channel, so that the
Um,
viewers can support you.
no, thank you. I appreciate. I just want to add one quick comment that I just want to people to reflect on this. You see, my phone or your phone, your cell phone, the coltan that powers the phone, even the computer, is found in DRC, Democratic Republic of Congo. So here's the thing: Africa, which is the cradle of humanity, people always forget that. Even the West cannot be without what comes from the continent. So ponder on that, because the jobs are also created over there. Like the chocolate you eat, the bean comes from Ivory Coast. So even the jobs that are created, industries and so on, it's because the natural resources used comes from the motherland. So
It's
it's jobs
so
are
much
created over there too.
um, that I believe that continental Africans need to learn. Again, you're highlighting some of those points, and even people from the diaspora, because sometimes I know a lot of the diaspora, they, they've never visited Africa, or, it's just an idea to them at the moment. They don't know, but actually Africa has everything that the world needs. And that's why one of the reasons Africa is in the situation that it is right now, because everybody's trying to have been grabbing from Mother Africa, because it has what the world needs,
Yes,
So
thank you for having me, and I hope to host you soon. I will send you an email as well, and we can have a chat.
like my email is in the description bar, so definitely we can arrange something. I'll probably also drag my husband on as well.
Yes, yes, bring him. Yes, you have hi the husband.
I,
Muzamuvane kuganira.
but thank you, Charles,
Thank
for
you.
joining us. We do appreciate all your
Yeah,
input today.
absolutely. Good night.
Have a good night. Have a good one. Take care. Oops, sorry, I've muted you, but yeah. So that was Charles from Zani Hazer. Hopefully he will drop his link and you guys can go ahead and support him over on his channel. Have a look at his website. If you're planning on coming to Rwanda, you can always check out what services he offers, what experiences he offers that you may be interested in. Right, let's just see what you guys were talking about in the chat. Okay, let's have a look. If you haven't already smashed the like button, guys, please do go ahead and do that. Reminding you guys, you can support the stream by giving out a super chat or a PayPal support. I'm rounding up now, guys. I'll probably be off in the next 5 minutes. We've got Blessed Life with Deidre tuned in from Trinidad. Thank you so much. Hillary is saying you are not trying to put people off, you're just discussing and giving people advanced information on the realities that we will face as diasporans interacting with the locals. That is true. So that's why I brought the topic on, is just to highlight and help get you better prepared if you're thinking about relocating or investing on the continent. Mr. Hillary is saying Zanihez is a movement, and the brother at Charles Keshi give young folks a chance. Love how the brother gives our young brothers and sisters opportunities and responsibilities. Yes, I also love the company for the fact that it's employing young people here in Rwanda and on the continent. Really, they show that level of drive, determination, resilience, and they really are hardworking. I'm seeing it here in front of my eyes myself, and a lot of the times they don't have the opportunity. So, if you're coming to the continent, if you're coming to Rwanda, and you're creating businesses, I would say think about creating opportunities for the young people here on the continent or here in Rwanda. True, the diaspora has an obvious advantage, but not enough people investing in groups. Example, healthcare workers can group up to create own practice. Other sectors can do the same. Most definitely. So, bringing those things, groups coming together and building infrastructures that are needed, whether that be in healthcare, whether that be in education, whether that be in IT, whether that be in agribusiness. So there's so many different areas that people can invest in. Africa is very much still, unsaturated, and there's so much room to do business here and bring your ideas to develop here and, contribute to the development of the continent. Mr. Hillary says, wait for fellow Trini sister in the building. Blessings to your strong sister at Blessed Life with Deidre from my brother. Okay, sorry, my phone is a bit, can't really see that. From a brother in Arima, East Trinidad. There was something covering my phone there. It was a bit blurry. Miss Hillary, brother Charles Kishi is born in DRC. Wow, the heart of Africa. Yes. Med J is saying, at Lady Visionary, the area where your land is located seems pretty lush. So I believe the store is very fertile there, which is awesome. But I was wondering, are there calcareous areas around the lake? Oh, not that I know, not that I know of, but I know the land there is very fertile. Even when I bought it, actually, the people that were using the land were using it for agricultural purposes because the land is actually very, very fertile for growing like things like beans, potatoes, maize. Yeah, it's very, very fertile. Right, guys. Yes, money talk. Need to put money where our mouth is, most definitely. And you know, that's why I'm here trying to also work on my projects. I'm trying to push forward with building this resort project. I have even plans for a healthcare project, which is on hold. I started writing the business plan for that. As Mr. No, it wasn't Mr. Hillary. It was Medjay that asked me about my background, and you know, a lot of you guys are aware that I have a master's in global health and international development, but I'm also a physiotherapist by background. So you know, I have a lot of healthcare experience that I want to also bring to the continent, but I can't do everything all at once. So I'm doing the resort project, and then later on down the line, I would also like to invest in healthcare on the continent. So yeah, I don't know when I will resume with that, but it's definitely something that's on my heart and that I want to do because I know that there is a need for healthcare projects here on the continent or here specifically in Rwanda. So definitely, if you can bring your skills, your knowledge, your ideas, it's very much needed here on the continent. Okay. It's sickening how diaspora don't just invest in those sectors. Yeah, you know, there's so many areas. I know, like, you know, if you're coming to Rwanda, you're not knowing what areas to kind of invest in. You can look on the Rwanda Development website. They have a list of areas that need investment and development. So, you know, that's a place to sort of start if you're not knowing what you want to do here. Yeah. At Lady Visionary, have no choice to go big. Do you know how enormous Africa is? Not long ago, I did a quick math and I calculated that it would take Africans 700 years to catch up with the rest of the world. Wow. Don't say that. Don't say that. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm just trying to see. There's a lot of comments, guys. Blessed life with Deidre saying, I plan to visit next year, God willing. Hope to see you. Welcome, welcome to Rwanda. Mr. Hillary saying 31 watching, 36 likes. So happy that you are showing love to the Strong Sisters channel. Respect you all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Those of you who have, you know, come in and smashed the like button to show your support. Really do appreciate that. Be inspired by Shima Charles. So that's Charles again. I started my own vlog channel. You can follow me there as well. So yeah, go ahead and follow Charles. Find out more about what he's doing here in Rwanda. Marilyn Charles is saying, very great topic and discussion. We must believe in ourselves. Most definitely, we need to believe in ourselves. Like, for so long, Black people have been like at the bottom of the pile. It's time that we started to elevate. And I'm all about elevation, and thinking big. Like a resort project is a big project, you know, but me and my husband, we sat down and we were like, right, we just need to do this. We need to just give it 101%, just go hard, you know, because if you never try, then you never know, you know. And there's a popular saying that the richest place is the graveyard, because there's so many ideas and books that were supposed to be written, so many things that should have been birthed into this world, but people went to the grave with them. And that really sort of resonates with me and makes me think like, look, I only have one chance in this life. When I'm gone, I'm gone. So I'm just going to go hard at my goals and my dreams. Nothing is going to stop me. I'm just going to go hard, and go hard and achieve the things that I want to achieve. And also set an example out for my children, you know, because this world is full of challenges. But, you know, when you get knocked down by the hurdles, are you going to lay there, or are you going to get up and keep going? And the type of person that Lady Visionary is, regardless of the knockbacks, I have always got up and kept on going, right? So that's how, you know, I want to encourage you guys, regardless of the challenges that you may face, go hard, push through the barrier, push past those barriers, you know, achieve the things that you want to achieve in life. It doesn't matter if you started something and you fail, but think about it this way. Okay, I started this, it didn't go well, or I failed at it, but what went wrong and what can I do to make it better? Just because you failed at it, it doesn't mean that you're a failure. You're a failure basically when you do nothing, you just give up. And the fact that you're making the choice to keep on pushing through, you're definitely not a failure. Definitely not a failure. So keep on pushing through at the things that you want to achieve in life. Be inspired by Shimmer Charles saying, thank you, Kerry-Ann, you are inspiring. It took me 2 seconds to subscribe to your channel. Zanny Hayes as a foundation where I will commit a percentage of our profit to causes once we get there. Fantastic. Love that. I love that. Thank you. Alfred is saying, true, just saying radical transformation demands good leadership. It happens there. It happened there. Came to Botswana. Rwanda is also on the right path. If some countries were as determined as we will catch up. Most definitely, you know, we're like, things are really changing now, and a lot of us are awake. We're asking for people to be more accountable. And I think I'm seeing changes, and I'm really, really happy with what I'm seeing. But obviously, there's a lot more that needs to be done, a lot more that needs to happen. And I feel like part of that contribution will come from the diaspora and the good influences that we bring to the continent, right? Alfred is saying more dealers like Sankara. I hear you. Let me know if there are any sandy soils around the lake. That's the perfect kind of soil for planting a vineyard for the purpose of making champagnes. I mean, African champagnes, of course. Oh my goodness. Oh, Aaliyah saying, no, not 700 years. I'm saying the same. I don't believe it. 700 years? No, 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 no. Med J, no, 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 no. Nah, yeah, I agree. Nah, it's just, we can't allow that. We just can't allow that. Really? No, no, that's not sitting well with me at all. Yeah, 700 years. You've got us there, Med J. You've got us there. Is there still land available for purchase near the new airport being built? Yes, there's still land. There's still land. It's not going anywhere. It's just that the prices have increased, because I was there. Was it yesterday? Yesterday, I was that side actually, because I drove down to Kigali and to Nemata. So, you know, and I see that there's continuing to build the roads in preparation for the development or the completion of Bugesera International Airport. But yes, there is still land available. My Facebook, you can find, like, my name on Facebook is Kerry-Ann Masozera. So my name you can find in the description bar, and basically that is my Facebook. Aaliyah is saying, I like that thinking, go hard. Yeah, we have to. We have to. Most definitely, we have to now. Right. Just going to read a few more of your comments, or try and get through all the comments before I just round up. DW saying, if we are at this point of even having these types of conversation less than 100 years post-slavery, how could it be possibly take 700 years? Think before you speak. Okay, interesting point. Africa is mostly arable farmland. That's true. We don't need to catch up with the West, but to be the best reliance, yes, sorry, to be self-reliant, it won't take 700 years. No, I don't think so. No, 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 no. Marilyn is saying, for too long we have believed the narratives of others. We must speak excellence of ourselves and go for it. We are magnificent people. Yes, I love that. That is so true. And I think as Black people, we need to believe that and speak that into manifestation, you know. The African Chronicles is in the building. Thanks for being here. 3 things we need: conscience, knowledge, courage. CKC. Most definitely, I agree. Marilyn is also saying we have to work smart too. Most def. Oh, you guys are dropping some gems. Okay. Okay. Medjay saying something. I'm not saying this to discourage you, but math doesn't lie. Okay, 700 years, that's where we are heading at our current pace based on the size of our continent, but we can turn things around. We got to be serious. I agree, we've got to get serious, most definitely. It's, yeah, especially if we want change for the future, most definitely we've got to get serious. We have to think smart. We have to, you know, acquire more knowledge. We just got to be conscious of what is happening around us. So I definitely agree with that. But that 700 years does not sit well with me, and that's why I am working my butt off now, because I know that I don't live forever, or we don't live forever. So, like, what contributions can I make whilst I'm still here, and what examples can I leave for my children and the rest of my community or the rest of the world? You know, so what is going to be my impact? What is going to be my legacy in years to come from now? You know, and it's all about leaving a positive impact on the world for me. So guys, it's been lovely having you guys in this live. Today we've been discussing the topic of, you know, continental Africans, thinking we the diaspora are billionaires. And, you know, as I said earlier on in the live, I believe it's an important topic to speak about, because traveling on the continent, I think it's an issue that's been coming up. Speaking to other members of the diaspora, I know that this has also been a challenge, you know, just impacting the way that we engage and build relationships here on the continent. If people just think, oh, these people are made of money, you know, it really does have an impact on us. Some people have actually up and left. Some people have actually stayed and faced the challenges head on and done really, really well. And I know a lot of people who watch my channel have not visited Africa at all. They've just been watching a lot through the internet and through videos produced by myself and so many other content creators on YouTube. But for me, as I said, I want to be as transparent as possible, and I want to prepare you guys for some of the challenges that you may face. It may not be everybody that may face these issues, but I'm not saying it's like 50% of the issues, but it may be like, 20% or 10% of one of the issues that you may face. So it's just preparing you for the reality, not like putting you off, because Africa is amazing. Africa is beautiful. Like Rwanda, where I'm at right now, look, I wouldn't want to be anywhere else. I wouldn't want to be in the US, or I wouldn't want to be in Europe. I'm happy being here in Rwanda. Okay, I'm happy being here on the continent. I would not trade it to be in Europe or in America. No way. No way. It was awesome. Thank you so much. You're most welcome. You are most welcome. And the African Chronicle saying thanks for the live. Excellent topic as usual. If you're here and you haven't already smashed the subscribe button, please do go ahead and smash the subscribe button. Again, if you haven't smashed the thumbs up button and you've been watching this live, like, what's going on? Like, why have you not smashed the thumbs up button? It's a way of showing support and helping to build my channel, and yeah, helping to support a Black content creator here on YouTube. So guys, I think that's it. And I just want to say thank you again. And I will see you guys in the next one. Keep looking out for my uploads. I'm trying to upload as much as I can, so you guys can see what I'm up to here in Rwanda. There is a lot happening behind the scenes with regards to my, or should I say, some new developments happening with regards to the resort project, and I have a meeting tomorrow. I have a meeting tomorrow actually, and it's coming up to I think it's 11:30 here in Rwanda. So yeah, I hope that's going to be positive tomorrow, but I look forward to sharing with you guys more about that project very, very soon. So guys, take care. And as I said, see you again in the next one. Take care, guys. Bye.